I think that it has been a very good experience because I really felt the passion that is one of the characteristics, in my opinion, of the business experiences coming out of climate. And secondly, also the presentation, the speech that was given were very clear and very straight to the point.
This has been great. It's been great as a jury member because you get to see the ambition of the different people involved, their excitement, and it also you can see how they feel empowered that they can make a difference by coming together and forming a project that can make a difference within their own communities.
First of all, I'm absolutely honored to take part of this jury, and it's a good and very amazing experience, notably to share the experience and feedback with a lot of specialists concerning the climate's impacts with mitigation, adaptation, citizens' impacts. For me, it's one of the biggest experience with the European actors, and notably to show a large scope of expertise, personality, and speciality.
Well, for me the competition has been very inspiring, both in terms of the ambitions of some of the teams, in terms of social impact and innovation, and also from a technological perspective, but particularly for the will of actually involving or trying to involve their communities in the process of innovation, which is not an easy task, but very needed.
Well, it's fantastic to have this first edition, especially to see in a really hybrid way that we can connect to all parts of Europe and that we really loop in that creativity on what is needed, what is possible, and how we are going to deliver that together. So fantastic event, and looking forward to future editions.
So I'm super excited to be here, and indeed the applicants proposed very nice, very interesting solutions for Europe, for adaptation, for climate neutrality. And I evaluate the whole competition and the whole process super highly. With the colleagues that we have here, we have to take some very difficult choices, but what we have observed is the high level of enthusiasm, which was also taken into account. And my heart is melting when I see these young people, these beautiful young minds, so engaged as citizens. I think it's really hope for Europe. Maybe not even the science, but the enthusiasm and the hope of the young generation. So for me, it's the really added value of the hackathon, because first of all, we need people to believe that we can change the world, and we will do it, yes.
All the solutions that we analyze during this jury represent for me a big opportunity and very positive vision for Europe, because we know that the young people are absolutely ready to take part of the European efforts with very social, environmental and climate solution dedicated to citizens, but also for the private sector and also for the public and the policymaker.
I have a bit of mixed feelings. On the one hand, I think, as said, there's so many good and creative ideas in there, and I think it will be really interesting to have a longer discussion with the teams, sometimes to also hack our own system and to bring them together. You see a couple of topics coming up on mitigation, on heat, on droughts, on flooding, on water, agriculture. What if we could combine teams and say like, hey, let's do an extra step. Let's get you guys together and make the solution even better. And a second thing, to maybe also beforehand link them to people who can benchmark, that know how to invest. And I think the last part for me, I think there's a couple of moments where I thought this is really good, but then a second thought also, is this a nice to have or a need to have? How far are we really to changing the system with solutions that are needed? And of course, we need to manage expectations. In a way, we can't ask a couple of students or a short-term initiative to already change Europe and the rest of the world. While still, if we see the sense of urgency and what is needed, the scaling, the pace, we should think on how do we use those sparkles, those initial ideas, and what can we do also from the European Union and from the different missions to really make it better and to see that we get to the right scale to drive a change.
I think there are different types of solutions with different angles, perspective. It's not necessarily who win, is the fact that they were educated during the evolution of the hackathon by the mentors and by the jury from the previous edition at the national level. And I think the fact that the ideas were so diverse, it looks the need from the cities from European Union. So I think even for the organizer it was first edition, so that means that they can improve a lot in the following edition. And second of all, it's good to put, as I said earlier, to put in front of the European Commission the different type of ideas, because they were ideas, most of them they were ideas, and how will stimulate those ideas to grow. That is somehow will be in charge European Commission or different or the mission or 100 city mission or climate adaptation mission will promote those ideas to become, let's say, feasible, to grow and to be an example that yes, we can.
This type of hackathon really brings together the citizens, the young researchers, and gives an opportunity to share ideas, bring different cultures together, and formulate and come forward with different exciting innovations that are needed in driving the change in the climate, or in mitigating climate change.
I think European Union needs this type of approach to stimulate innovative ideas and to putting together people from different countries to work on specific issues. I think this is an example how the Green Deal will be achieved, because it's gonna come from the citizens. It's gonna come with the perspective of the people who are living in the cities, and the best way to stimulate the innovation is in the cities. So that's why I think this collaboration effort, interdisciplinary approach, different countries could stimulate the evolution of innovation in Europe, and I am sure that this type of contest should be will grow in the future. That's for sure, and will stimulate more people to be involved in the policy decision at the macro level, because everybody is watching European Commission like that, you know, and this is an example how you can involve citizens in big policies.
I would say that the future participants, from what I've seen, they have to see the good parts that are, in my opinion, at least two. The first one is that you become part of a team in few hours or days of an hackathon, and it's an incredible experience to make a team, because, as I like to say, innovation cannot be done in isolation. And the second one is that being in a team, you look things from a different perspective that enriches your life, and obviously also in this case the experience linked to the specific topic.
Okay, so I will suggest to keep the ambition high, to keep in mind that the challenges that we are facing imply a multi-stakeholder approach, and eventually that would mean to learn a little bit about governance, this shared governance that is going to be very much needed.
I think they should come with what kind of advice? They should be like, for example, today one of the team won because they were very enthusiastic, because they show that they believe in their idea, even if it's a long way from the idea till the implementation. But the fact that they were very enthusiastic, the fact that they believe in their idea, the fact that they will show to the jury that they want to grow and to be involved in this idea in the following years, that convinced the jury to give them an award. So this will be one of the advice. Just believe in your idea, register, come and participate, because you never know what the future will bring to you.